Hey YouTube, it's Don here. Just a quick video for you guys. Put another 150 rounds through my Glock 19 Gen 3 here. No issues. Definitely getting used to the Glock, standard Glock sights. That you kind of see them there. I'm just not a big fan. But hey, they work. So until I put new sights on there, that's what I got. So I've seen a couple of videos about how certain people would carry their pistol, and I'm talking about pistols here, obviously, with no round in the chamber but the magazine inserted. So like if they were presented with a threat type situation, they would have to unholster the pistol, rack the slide, and then present the weapon to the threat and fire. So there's a lot of problems with that. One time, I would say 9.99999 to infinity out of 10, you're not going to have enough time to do that and be able to get the first shot off unless that person has a weapons malfunction, and you get lucky. Number two, malfunctions. You could actually cause a malfunction because you're in a high stress situation, your life's on the line. You might screw up. You may not rack the slide properly. You might ride it home and it may not fully seat. You still go to, hit the trigger and nothing happens. So what I always tell people, if you're not ready to carry a weapon loaded, then you probably shouldn't carry a weapon. And what I mean by that too is that if you're not willing to take someone's life or ready to take someone's life, if your life or your family's life are in danger, then you probably shouldn't have a weapon. And there are other options for home defense, but in that type of situation, those types of other options would be like bringing a knife to a gunfight. And unless you have the element of surprise, you're probably going to lose that fight. So that being said, again, I'll say it again, if you're not ready and willing to carry a pistol loaded, meaning a round in the chamber ready to go, then you probably shouldn't be carrying a pistol. And a lot of people that say, oh, well, I don't agree with that. Well, that's fine. You don't have to. I mean, it's America. You don't have to agree with anything I say, just like I don't have to agree with your way of life or what you have to say. But the fact of the matter is, and what reality is, go to a shooting competition and do that. Obviously don't put yourself in a bad situation to see whether you're going to come out on top or not. But go to a shooting competition and try to do that. Maybe even time yourself on how much time it would take for you to have to be able to unholster your weapon, rack it, and then shoot. Whether it's just you pretend, obviously, make sure your weapon's unloaded and you just draw and shoot. It's a significant amount of time, and it may not seem like a lot of time, but you're not. But when you add that special factor that someone is trying to harm you, or let's be honest, trying to kill you and take what you have, that's a whole nother stress that I can't even explain unless you've been in that type of situation, which I have in my multiple combat deployments with the Marine Corps. A lot of law enforcement can't really explain that. I mean, unless you've been in that type of situation, you're not going to know. But it's better to be ready for that type of situation than not ready. And having a magazine inserted with no round in the chamber, you are not ready for that situation. You will lose 9.999 out of 10 times. You just will. Unless, again, that person has a weapons malfunction, or the bullet doesn't go off, or something stupid happens and it just really wasn't your time to leave this earth. You're going to lose. And when you're at the home, if you have little ones running around, instead of hindering yourself by being able to protect your family, educate your family, educate your kids, get them that proper weapons handling, weapon safety classes. Get them to those different classes that they have out there starting like super young. Like, I don't know how young they go, but I know they start out shooting really young. And whether it be a 22 or even a BB gun, just all the mechanics are the same. But educating our kids is much better than screaming at them and yelling at them and telling them, stay away or don't touch that or oh my God, because you're automatically, I mean, remember when you were a kid, when your parents told you that, it just made you want to find out why they were so crazy and protective over whatever. And that's when accidents happen. You know, there's a lot of amazing stories out there of kids that have defended their homes, their little brother, their little sister, from home invaders, shot and killed them with their parents' weapons because their parents did the right thing, educated their kids, and they came out on top. You know, and a lot of people want to say, oh, well, you know, that distinct racking of that pump action on a 12 gauge should be enough to deter. Oh, no. Usually they probably won't even hear it unless they're like right outside your door. And number two, you're giving away your position. You're taking away that element of surprise that could save your life. You know, to get out of bed, to get to a more secure place in your bedroom, to set your defense. Now, granted, if you have kids in the house, you're going to want to leave your bedroom. You're going to want to safeguard your children. You're going to want to protect them. I understand that. Which, for all the more reason why you should have a loaded weapon and a light on your weapon, especially if it's a specific home defense weapon, whether it be a pistol, a shotgun, or semi-automatic rifle. You should have a light to be able to properly identify your target. And on top of that, know your target and what lies beyond it. You know, if you're going to go clear your house with an AR-15, you know, make sure that you have the right kind of ammo in that AR-15 because that bullet will travel through walls very easily, like hot knife through butter type ease. You know, so maybe have a frangible tip or a soft point or something that when it hits, it's going to mushroom. It's going to take a lot of energy out of the bullet, and the chances of you hurting someone that you don't intend to hurt or kill, that doesn't happen to them. So, you know, 55 grain, you know, they've done tests and videos and stuff. That's a pretty decent bullet to use for home defense. 62 grain, the steel core penetrator shit, I'd stay away from because it's going to fly through a lot of stuff before it slows down and stops. Hollow points, you know, they do pretty well. The 77 grain open tip does awesome. You know, obviously pistol calipers, you know, hollow points. You know, stay away from the full metal jacket stuff because that stuff will over penetrate. Now, I'm not going to say that it's not going to go through a couple walls and, you know, and then stop. I mean, you know, situation dictates what kind of home you have. You know, dictates a lot of different things, whether it hits a stud or not, or just keeps continuing to travel through drywall. There's all different factors in there, so we can what if the situation till the cows come home, but let's not do that. Let's stay on topic. But again, you know, the whole point of this video is if you're going to carry a pistol, it should be condition 1. There should be a round on the tube. You should be ready to take the fight to the enemy. You should be able to be ready to defend your home and your family and your loved ones. And, you know, if, again, you're not ready to do that with a firearm, then you should seek other means and not put yourself in a situation where you're going to lose. So, because when the chips are down, that first shot may be your only shot that you get, and you want to make it count, and you don't want to spend that extra time to load your weapon or, you know, rack your slide back to make your weapon ready to fire. You should be going into that situation with every intent to come out on top and to make sure you're ready for it, meaning your weapon's loaded. All right, enjoy your weekend. Semper Fi.